JL, this is Jillian. I just figured things we're talking about a retreat instead of email. I figured I would make you a little video to answer a couple of your questions. And I'll throw a bunch of the stats and stuff in an email to make it easy to find. But one of the questions you had asked was about my audience. And I actually have the privilege of knowing my audience really, really, really well. For one, they come to visit me. Like all summer, I spend probably once or twice a week hanging out with them and meeting up for ice cream. They respond to like every email. Some of them have my phone number and we Skype and we chat. And I have this amazing group of people that I mentor and I get to know on a very deep level. So I feel like I have a good insight as to who my people are. And while I think they appreciate my story, they appreciate the grittiness and the creativity and the resilience of it. And I think most of them identify as kind of self-made in one way or another. My audience is definitely in the spot that I'm at, or just a year or two behind me currently, which is to say they're pretty much financially independent or close to financially independent, or will be in the next couple years. So really what I write about I don't write about paying off debt, although we did that. I don't even write that much about frugality or like coupons. I write about where I'm at right now. And that's really the idea of how do we custom build our life? How do we figure out what this life is that we don't want to retire from? What it looks like and how to go about creating that. So what they really love is the intentional living and trying to figure out that transition. They typically are high net worth. They're usually high income earners, which is part of the reason they're in this spot of having a lot more choices, which is amazing, except now we need to figure out what to do with all these choices. So like, for example, the people that I mentor right now have about 30. And they typically make between it starts around 80, 100,000, up to about $400,000 a year is their typical salary. And like I said, their net worth for the younger side is about 400,000, up to, if they're in their late 30s, their 40s, it's usually a couple million. And they're just trying to figure out this next phase in life. I kind of say, like, I get the readers who started reading Mr. Money Mustache like 5 years ago, and now they're like, great, we figured out all this stuff and we're in a great spot financially. Now what do we do with it? Like, what does the next chapter look like? So, and I think that my mentoring is kind of a good example of the interest and need in my audience, because it's $1,500. It includes 9 hours of my time, and it's like a one payment upfront cost. I send out 2 emails a year. I never advertise it. I don't allow people to advertise it because it's always full. And I send out an email and it completely fills up within a day. So I think while they would identify as frugal, for the most part, they're frugal in the sense that they're very intentional with their money. And there are things that are really good value, like, a $1,500 mentoring program to kind of help them optimize this next season of life. So I don't know if that sounds like what the people who go to your retreat are kind of looking for, or kind of the spot that they're in, but that's kind of my people. And like I said, I'll share my stat numbers. But that's not actually my goal or my focus on my site. I don't run ads. I don't really care about page views. When you asked me, I was like, oh shoot, that's right. Like, how do I go in and look at page views again? Because I only post, a couple times a month. Because I don't do that side. Like, I don't churn out a ton of content. I don't do SEO. I don't do ads. I really focus on my email list. So even when I don't post, I still email them. I create lots of free resources for them. I try kind of the Seth Godin approach where like the smallest audience that enables you to do the work that you love. And it's part of the reason I love retreats, because I would rather go really deep with a small group of people than have like 100,000 subscribers who never open my emails. Is not really my goal. I am really focused on my email list. Other social media, like I think I have 4,000 Twitter followers. I might shut it down. Like Twitter's not really my platform. I don't use Facebook. I probably will focus on growing my Instagram and my YouTube over the next year, but social isn't really my jam. And neither are page views, because it's just not, I don't need that for my business. I get more clients than I can handle. Like I always have a wait list doing work that's really incredibly important and incredibly fulfilling. So that's kind of my people and my site. I don't have a huge international reach, but I do get a lot of international mentoring clients. I get a lot of specifically first and second or in-country Asians as well, is one of my kind of main demographics. I think there's a lot of parts of my story and my process that connects with that cultural norm. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. I hope that helps. Yeah, I would be super interested. I love retreats. I love being able to go deep, and it's kind of retreats are kind of my perfect mix. Because I don't love to shake 1,000 hands. I could never be a movie star, because that's not where I thrive or shine. I'm definitely long, deep, meaningful conversations, thoughtful conversations, interesting conversations, and getting to know people on a deeper level is where I thrive and kind of shine, which is why people pay a fair amount of money to have interesting, deep, meaningful conversations with them. So I hope that helps. Feel free. We can always jump on Skype, just get to know each other, see if it seems like a good fit. I would love that. And I Skype all the time, so it's not a big deal at all. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that explains a little bit about my site and kind of my audience, who's kind of attracted to my story, are really people who are in the spot that I'm in now, just trying to figure out that next phase of life now that they're financially independent. So you guys have a great day. I will talk to you soon.